I think there's a lot of negativity everywhere about vaginal birth after caesarean section. There are lots of patients who are scared. There are lots of practitioners who are unhappy to supervise it. I'm passionate because I've seen a group of women during my career who are over the moon and excited about delivering vaginally. VBAC stands for Vaginal Birth After Caesarean Section. Over recent years, people have changed the term to TOLAC, T-O-L-A-C, which stands for Trial of Labour After Caesarean. They're interchangeable. VBAC's been around for decades. Well, I think it's solely related to the patient or the couple's request and desire to deliver vaginally. I mean, it's as simple as that. The patient, the couple want a vaginal birth or don't want a vaginal birth. If you already had a caesarean section and you want to try and deliver vaginally, that's the primary reason to do a VBAC, for your wishes to deliver vaginally. So VBAC managed in an appropriate setting with an appropriate team. And when I mean team, I mean hospital, labour ward midwives, obstetrician, theatre backup, blood transfusion backup, and very rarely backup of other specialists who might be required, is extremely safe. The world literature quotes a uterine rupture rate of approximately 1 in 300, which is very small. And I've been doing VBACs my whole career since 1986, and I haven't regretted it yet. In my practice, in order to have a VBAC, you need to qualify and not have a reason not to have a VBAC, which we'll get to shortly. And then the rules are simple. 1, spontaneous labour, don't get induced. 2, have your waters broken once you're in active labour, which means your cervix is more than 5 centimetres dilated. 3, get continuous fetal monitoring in labour ward so we can keep an eye on your baby. And 4, limit the length of your VBAC to 12 hours or less. I've been doing that, as I've said, for 30 plus years and haven't regretted it yet. Right, so first of all, there's a group of women who clearly should not attempt a vaginal birth after caesarean, and I exclude women who've had 2 previous caesarean sections. I don't think they should be allowed to have a VBAC because the uterine rupture rate's too high. I think somebody who's had a previous classical caesarean section shouldn't have a VBAC. I think a woman who's had a myomectomy, which means a fibroid removed and the cavity of the uterus has been incised, in other words, the incision in the uterus has been a deep one, she shouldn't have a VBAC. Somebody with a placenta previa shouldn't have a VBAC. A woman who doesn't want to try and have the motivation shouldn't have a VBAC. And somebody, which is a little bit controversial, who's obstructed at 10 centimetres dilatation with an occipital anterior position probably shouldn't have a VBAC. Sure, the key to a VBAC is the couple, the patient and a partner are motivated to have a VBAC. That is the key to success in VBAC. If you enter with a positive mind, you've got a high chance of being successful, and then you have to choose a team that's appropriate. And as I've previously said, the team involves a hospital, a group of midwives in labour ward, obstetricians, blood bank, theatre available, and I've said this many times, St Vincent's has got at least 20 obstetricians who regularly do VBAC. It's not an uncommon medical event at St Vincent's Private.